Hey everyone, Tommy here with my Grand Review Part 3. Let's get right into the Mage cards. Arcane Blast, yeah, not much to say about that card. I'm not too excited about it. I think in Arena it's gonna be alright, but in Constructed it's a little bit too weak because you cannot damage the enemy hero. There's a little bit flexibility missing. The bonus is also not that exciting, so I don't think that card is competitive. Next card is Daraa Drake. Also not too much to say about this card. 6 mana, 6/6 dragon is quite alright for dragon decks. The ability, I don't know, not too sure about that. I don't think that's a huge bonus. It's kinda a nice effect for late game. It's alright, I guess. I think people will try that out in their dragon decks. In Arena that card is also gonna be quite alright. Interesting to mention is that Mage gets another big minion. The Mage cards didn't have many big minions, so that's kinda a buff for the class. Next card is Daraa Aspirant. I'm also not too excited about this card. Of course, everybody sees the dream that you're gonna get your huge Arcane Blasts with this card, but I'm sorry, that's just not gonna happen. 4 mana, 3/5, yeah, that's alright. And the Inspire, gain 1 spell damage, it's alright. But I think it's not strong enough, not too excited about this card. In Arena, though, it's gonna be quite strong, I think. Next card is Effigy. So Mage gets another secret. I think this card is pretty interesting for mages. Because most mages are looking for replacements for Duplicate or Mirror Entity just to be able to play 2 Mad Scientists at once. So yeah, I think Effigy will really see some play. I think it's pretty competitive. Yeah. Next card is Fallen Hero. This is really a close one. I think it has to compete against the Mad Scientist in the Mage decks, which is arguably stronger, and the Sorcerer's Apprentice should also be most of the time stronger. So I don't really know if there's room for the Fallen Hero, but the effect is kinda nice. If you coin this out and the enemy doesn't have any minion greater than 2 HP, then you can use your hero power on turn 2 to get rid of his threat. So it's a kinda nice opening. The effect is not too weak, so I think people will try this out. The question if it is really strong enough to be competitive in the long term, which I kinda doubt, but yeah, we'll see about that. Flamelands. Okay, let's make that quick. Polymorph is much stronger, so this card will not see play in Arena. It's a little bit better, but also pretty weak because you can only damage minions. And yeah, killing something like that Wrath Guard from Warlock is really not a thing. Okay, Polymn of Boa. I just realized that there's a typo in this card. Let's correct that typo. Much better now. Polymn of Huffer. Super excited about this card. This card makes me want to play Tempo Mage. I think this card is very, very flexible because you get to combine it with Sorcerer's Apprentice and with Mirror Image. So yeah, that's really, really interesting. Also, of course, with the Flame Waker, it's a spell. You will trigger the Flame Waker. You can get rid of a huge threat from the enemy minions. Something like a Sludge Belcher. You can turn a Sludge Belcher into a Huffer, and then basically trade one of your smaller minions into that, or maybe use a Frostbolt to get rid of that Huffer, or maybe even your Flame Waker kills that thing. Or you can also attack face with a Sorcerer's Apprentice or a small minion which is maybe even damaged, and then you transform your own minion into another Huffer with charge, and that's another 4 damage for 3 mana. That's kinda nice, and that minion stays. So to Sorcerer's Apprentice, that's even a buff in the attack. Yeah, so really, really nice. And you can buff your 0/2 taunts with that. So the Mirror Image gets to be a 4/2 Huffer. That's really, really nice. So I'm super excited about this card. In Arena, it's also, I think, gonna be alright. Maybe not that strong like in Constructed, because this card really benefits from very specific other cards like Mirror Image, Sorcerer's Apprentice, and yeah, Flame Waker. Well, but I guess still in Arena it's alright. Like, let's say you have a Yeti and the Yeti gets damaged to be a 4/1. Then you can transform your Yeti into a Huffer, which is 4/2, and deal another 4 damage. I think it's alright. Next card is Ronan. So Ronan is... I don't really know what to think about this. 8 mana 7/7 is bad in my opinion. It's weak. You get the 7/7 Dr. Boom already for 7 mana. So the Death Rattle is alright, I guess, for tempo mages, which use a lot of Flame Wakers, but it's a Death Rattle, it can be silenced, and in late game 3 copies of Arcane Missiles are not that exciting to me, because I think the most magic of the Flame Waker happens in the early game. So I think people will try this out. Of course, it's gonna be pretty strong with the Flame Waker. But then, on the other hand, you have to save your Flame Waker like for the really late game. So what are you doing in the mid game then? So my question is if this card really adds more benefit than Ragnaros. Because Ragnaros is 8 mana 8/8 and you have some immediate impact on the board. And silencing Ragnaros is not as bad as silencing Ronan. So I think people will try this out. But in my opinion, it's not competitive enough for the long term. But we'll see about it. Next card is Spellslinger. Another interesting card for Tempo Mage, because you get another spell for your Flame Waker, of course. Everything is about Flame Waker these days. I think people will try this out again, but then people will realize that most of the time the opponent gets to play the spell first. And the spell, this random design is really also a little bit awkward, because it's kind of 50-50 who gets the better spell. I think this will make up for some very nice Trollden videos where your opponent gets a super comeback with like Brawl, or I don't know, gets the kill command to finish you off or something like that. It's a really weird card in my opinion, because your opponent also gets a random spell. Alright, that's it. Very quick review for the Mage cards. Overall, I'm not too excited about the Mage cards, but yeah, we'll see how everything works out. Yeah, thanks for watching. Please leave questions and critics in the comments as always, and please make sure to participate in my Grand Review Challenge. And please make sure to tell everybody about it. We really need more data. Alright, have a nice day. Bye bye.